let's say if you follow the traditional route of you go to University of Manchester, you do really well, and then you come back, you work for a big corporation, and you earn market rate, so to speak, right? Let's say fresh grad, 4,000, 5,000, right? That's like premium. What actually ends up happening when you do that is, again, big corporations, when they pay you that amount, there's a specific job that they want you to do, and there's a specific results that is predictable.
Can measure.
And they know that you want to do it. So they will silo you into that corner. And the friends you meet, the friends you know will all be like you. Now, if that's what you want, that's totally cool.
Doesn't work for the general knowledge thing though, for you.
Yeah. Some people want it, right? So that's
I think that's
the strategy.
Safety in that lah.
It depends on what you want lah. It depends on what you want. Some people like that. It's like that's.
They like that?
Yeah, some people like that. It's like the corporate job, 9 to 5. You go back home, see your family. Like if that's what floats your boat.
Yeah.
Serious or like, I mean, as long as you're happy, right? So,
Yeah. So that's one strategy, and it works lah. For sure, it works. The problem is that was the predominant strategy for our parents' generation.
Yeah.
Not our
So
generation.
it worked, right? They were born in a period where everything went up. House went up, stock market went up, everything went up, right? Just to give an example, my godfather, he studied in Manchester, not Manchester U. He studied in Salford. He was telling me he could work in a kitchen back in the late 70s, early 80s in the UK, earn £1,002 salary.
Wow. Under table.
Pay no,
Legit.
No,
Oh,
soup
kitchen.
kitchen. You just cook. No, you even cook. You just
stock
wash
dish out.
plates and all that, right? He would send back money to his mom back in Malacca and pay for that year's
Tuition.
He just have to work. He just have to be willing to say, I don't go for holidays. I work in the summer 3 to 4 months.
Only summer.
Only in the summer, and he paid off the whole year.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
UK
So-
pound.
Those were the times up, correct?
Yeah. Over
And
here,
then not only that, back then, when he came back, so that when you buy a house loan, when you buy a house, right, you take a loan, right? So the banks, they usually don't tell you this, but the banks have their internal scoring. They need to know whether it's legit.
You're capable to pay back
Sure.
the.
So one thing that they usually have is this thing called loan to income ratio.
They will check what they will have a certain.
They'll check out, they call it secret.
Yes.
Yeah,
This is one of the elements, but this is a big one, right? So usually they only give you if your income is a tenth.
Of the
It's
loan.
at least a tenth of the loan. So a ratio of 10.
Do they factor in the?
Serious? A tenth of your loan.
No,
Which means
it also
your
depends.
Loan, your loan
the,
can only be up to a tenth of your income.
So for example, if you earn, let's say 5k a
5K,
month, that's
yeah.
60k a year. So you are eligible to take 600k in loan, for example.
Oh.
Assuming you put a 10% down
if
payment
this is
lah.
a single loaner, not a joint one, right?
Joint one, I don't know lah. I
I'm
have to
not
check how they do their.
So I'm not sure about the house, the loan as well. Sometimes the property developers will have their own dealings with the bank.
But this is based with
Is it?
bank only, ma. Solely you and bank only. Because
Yeah,
the bank
yeah.
is the one that pay.
So you just go to the bank and just
Yeah.
get a loan.
So one of the criteria is usually 1 to 10.
Yes.
Back then, my godfather bought a house in SS2. It was 1 to 3. He
Wow.
could do it with 1 to 3.
1
His
to 3.
income, because
How many years
he was
ago?
earning 1,002 ringgit when he first graduated. So you times 12, that's about 15,000, 16,000.
15 ish.
The house was 50k.
Bro, I wish I could just time travel back.
SS2. My
What
God.
the hell?
Think about the goal.
Bro, think about how much you can sell the house
Now
now.
got fucking burger left lah.
So they were born in that era, I know.
Sure.
So that, and not only that, they work in a time where your big corporations will reward you. They'll be very nice to you as long as you're
Bonuses.
loyal. They give you bonus. Like, I know my dad worked at public bank for 40 years. I mean,
That's mad.
yeah. I mean, when he's about to retire next year, he will get what we call a gratuity. Basically, it's your last round salary times 40 years, which my dad, the numbers of years of service.
So they'll take that 1 month salary times 40.
Yes. Based on number of years you spend.
Number of years you spend. So they take care of the people. I mean, just to give you an example, so because my dad was an employee, during the 90s when interest rates were 7-8%, you could get a fixed interest rate for the house that I'm staying in right now at 2%.
Yeah. That's the same with a lot of your larger banks, your main banks, CIMB.
They
They
give
treat
you
their
this-
employees like gods,
Yeah.
right?
That's why they
Cars,
stay there 40 years,
loans. Yeah, right. They tie you down in that sense.
But today,
Lanjao.
right. So it's a
The only
totally,
word.
it's a totally
It's changed.
different. Yeah, but you see,
Bugger.
because they succeeded here, so they're transmitting what worked.
I don't think
Sure,
it's
yeah.
not. It's not that. It doesn't.
It's
not
you.
that
You
simple.
can understand it, but that's the same thing.
I think it's if I were them, fair enough lah. It worked for me. Why shouldn't it work for you?
Yes.
There's a lot of context.
Yeah,
behind it, lah.
maybe we'll be telling our children, hey, you should start a YouTube channel. Start a YouTube channel. And the father, no, I want to be a space engineer. No, YouTube channel.
YouTube channel, bro. Not
Okay,
a hologram
don't-
feature, bro.
Yeah, yeah.